good morning, a good morning, a good morning. How are we all? Let's close this down to get some of that wind noise out of the way. So what are we doing today? Well, I'm out on the bike. It's fantastic. It's a little bit chilly, but I'm not going to complain because the sun is out. It is probably double digits, actually above freezing, which in American money is all good. So we're out today for a very good reason, and that is to test this Carpuride 702 Pro. When this got sent to me and they sent me some of the details, there was one thing that I wanted to test and see if it was actually true, and it's the simplest, most basic but most amazing of things that you get with this Carpuride 702 Pro that blew my mind, that other motorcycle communication systems like this don't do. Now, I'm obviously going to save that till later on in the video for the reasons that most people do it, which is to get you to watch the video a little bit longer. So let's just start by going through the basics. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with all the internals and externals of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, because if you use it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't use it, then you should, because A, it makes life an awful lot easier when you're traveling on the bike, but not only that, it's a safer way, and I think a more accurate way than having your phone strapped to the bike like I did for Italy, because on the days that we actually struggled with weather, A, I couldn't charge it, and B, the screen would go all Pete Tong when the water was hitting the screen and I was trying to change things. Plus the other problem you get with it, which you can turn off on some phones but not all, is the auto rotate. So the problem I was finding was I'd start riding and then realise I hadn't turned the auto rotate off, and you turn a corner left or right and all of a sudden it's gone into portrait mode instead of landscape mode, and you're trying to look at your thing like this to see where the next corner is. But anyway, so Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, we know what it does. It does everything. It shows Les Miserables, which I went to see in London. Just like to drop that in there as a Christmas present from Mrs. G, which is awesome and fantastic, and was arguably the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I cried a lot, and I'm not too big a man to not admit to that. So you get your maps, you get your directions. With Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, you get the traffic updates from your mobile phone if your mobile phone is connected to a network. You get YouTube Music, whatever music channels or programs you use, because others are available, and you get your phone connectivity. One thing to remember on this, it actually has voice control from my Bluetooth headset. Unfortunately, my Bluetooth headset has just decided to turn off, so I can't show you that working, but I have tested it and it does work. So you can use voice control on this, which actually makes a big difference to people that just like to be able to control things by their voice. Another feature that this has is it has dual channel Bluetooth connectivity for headsets, which means you can play music on this and it will actually connect to two headsets, allowing both people to listen to the same music. I think it allows for communication between those headsets as well, but I'm not sure. Most won't allow Bluetooth connectivity and intercom connectivity, but I'll have to have a play with that when I've got the missus on the back and just see whether we can get that working or not. But it's something that they advertise as being a feature, is that it will connect to two intercoms at the same time, which is very exciting if that works. It's got a light sensor on the front there, so it'll actually adjust the lighting depending on what the ambient lighting is. So I'd imagine it gets darker at night time, so it's not so bright, and brighter during the day when you need it to overcome sunshine, which thankfully we're enjoying today. Ooh. Let's hope he's sunbathing. So before I come to the most mind-blowing, incredible feature of this item, let's talk about the screen and the quality. So I've tested another manufacturer's sat-nav system, Android Auto system, Apple CarPlay for the like, and in reality, when it comes to Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, the software is all within the phone that you've got connected to it, so there's no real difference to them. So I can't say, oh, this is a better Android Auto than the other one, because they both do exactly the same things. The way I want to explain it, and this is not meant to put anything on a negative or a positive, it's just differences. If you go and buy a TV, you can buy a Bush TV or a JVC TV, and that TV will show excellent picture quality of every channel that you want to connect to it. The sound will be absolutely perfect in every which way, because it will be a brand new TV. But if you want to spend a bit more and you want to go and buy a Samsung or a Sony TV, you know that you're going to get that little bit better with regards to visuals, sound quality, operating system, and these are very much similar to that. So the previous one, I would say, is an excellent Apple CarPlay system, navigation system, but this just seems that little bit more polished, but you pay for it. It's slightly more expensive. There are a lot of deals on the go at the moment, and I know that there will be a code in the bottom of this information for this video which will give you more discount. But there are a lot of deals. They are really pushing these Carpuride, they're pushing these sat-nav systems, getting them out on the market, and I kind of get the feeling this will be the standard now that people will use. This now comes with what is similar to, but I don't think is exactly the same as, for patent purposes, a RAM mount fitted to it. So it's easy, it fits straight to the handlebars. I'm going to talk about the major thing that is a mind-blowing feature on this, but it's related to that, so I'll come back to that in a moment. But it's a RAM mount that comes with it. If you have a BMW with the sat-nav mount that sort of sits there, fits there, and plugs straight in and is then easily detachable, you get I think it's a 702 Pro B, which is the BMW fitments. That fits right on there and does exactly what this says on the tin, but in a German tin instead of an Italian tin, Japanese tin, Chinese tin, or American tin, or British tin. Mustn't forget our good friends up at Hinckley with their outstanding Triumphs. So I'm riding into fairly direct sunlight right now, and the screen is as bright as it always has been, and I think that is a testament to the quality of the screen. I'm a firm believer you get what you pay for. Not everyone has to pay for the best, but if you just want that little bit extra quality, it'll cost you a little bit more moolah. Okay, so I'm not knocking anybody. The previous one I tested is superb. The price is beyond belief for what you get, and it's an excellent product. This just feels that little bit more premium. You just find everything has its own price, in the way that if I was to buy an Italian Benelli, which was made in China, it would be a quarter of the price of the equivalent Ducati. But actually with the Ducati you get a bit more heritage and a bit more quality on the build, the design, the performance. But the Benelli was superb. So let's get that out of the way. Oh, I love these corners. Now thankfully it's not raining today, but it goes without saying this is 100% waterproof. Don't take it swimming in the ocean, that probably wouldn't do it very good at all, but in reality on a motorbike in heaviest of rain it's not going to cause any problems. It's designed to be dealing with the worst of the weather. And that will also come on to the most amazing, most incredible little feature that this unit comes with. Green light. So here we go. I've held you in suspense long enough. We're at the top of Burrington Combe, coming across the Mendips, one of the best roads in the West Country, and I'm going to explain to you something that could blow your mind. Connection systems. This obviously has a plug-in connector with a little screw. It's the standard that they're using now, and that then will connect to your battery or an ignition feed. Alright, brilliant, no problem whatsoever, job done. However, what this also comes with in the box, And Carpuride are probably there saying, shh Phil, shush, don't tell them, it'll be our little secret. It comes with a plug-in and screw-in connector, which is completely waterproof, but on the other end is a USB socket. So not only does this run on 12 volts, it also runs on a USB voltage, which is doing right now, while I ride, connected to that. Now you may think he's got really excited about a USB socket. If you don't have the BMW fitment kit, which is plug and play and all singing, all dancing, you don't understand that not every bike rider, motorcyclist, is a fan of stripping their bike down, cutting into wiring, especially if it's Italian, and then adding more wiring to it, which means taking panels off, which means the risk of breaking brittle little fixings. They don't like doing it. Not everyone likes doing it. So what this does, with a ram mount especially, is it'll actually attach to the handlebars. I've got a screw there that can unscrew it, and then it plugs into the USB socket and it operates like that. Now think about it. Not only is that easier for connectivity, and I wish I hadn't mentioned the fact that it wasn't raining because it's just started. Not only does it make it easier for connectivity, it also makes it easier if you want to take it off in the evening, put it somewhere safe. If you're leaving your bike out parked somewhere, if you're on tour, you can take it off, keep it safe, move it out the way. These nutters are going to pull out straight in front of me, not a clue, but he is learning. So anyway, looks like it's been raining quite heavily up here. So that is, in my opinion, incredible. It's the simplest, most basic, most inexpensive little extra that you can add to it physically. I don't know about the operating on different voltages, because obviously USB runs on a different voltage to standard battery, 12 volt battery, so that might obviously incur some costs, I don't know. But how awesome is it that I can go home now? Won't need to do it because the bike will be in the garage, but I could go home now, I could unscrew the one that's equivalent to a ram mount, but obviously not a ram mount. I could unplug the USB, job done, take it off. So we've just stopped the bike to enjoy that incredible rainbow that was a full arch just a moment ago, created by that fantastic little storm that we had on the way up here. Not much rain, but still. So I just want to go through some of the things that this kit offers. So obviously connecting two headphones to our device at the same time, compact compass and barometer, which is ideal if you're not necessarily following a map, just following a direction. Screen brightness can be automatically adjusted. Bluetooth audio and Bluetooth transmitter when it comes to using many devices. Fully waterproof. Power source from battery or USB socket, and a customizable boot logo to boot. Stay safe everyone, and I'll catch up with you soon.